Hello and welcome to today's episode. It's been a little bit since I have recorded an episode, and I've really been shifting some of my ideas and my real sacral hits when it comes to my podcast. So, I'm going to share a little bit of that with you today and talk about alignment because this is something that's been very important. So, over the last week, I had a common thread with my clients. One being a really deep sense of misalignment and imprinting from mother wounds. And I had three very dear clients last week that each of them had this feeling of not truly being seen or heard or understood by their mothers. And what I notice is I have common themes every week. So I'm going to start sharing these with you so you get a sense of what you can do to shift these. Now, as you know, I'm a shamanic hypnotherapist. I am also an Akashic healer. I usually download and share contents from my guides, and I am a manifesting generator, and I usually get these strong sacral hits, and I'll talk about that today. Things that I know in my body that I should be doing. So I got to ride the wave and do them. So I want to also be a leader in this is many times in when we're trying to be perfect, especially those of us that had parents that we were trying to over exceed, get their attention by doing, and all of these type of things, and not getting the attention we want, we created this path of maybe it's over delivering, over giving. I know in my open heart center, I give a lot and then I get frustrated because I'm not getting the same back. So I want you to comment below if that sounds like you. So today I want to give you some tips on how to expand when you're having these very deep wounds that are in the body. These are things that you So when you're feeling these deep wounds in the body and you're tapping into those deep wounds, there's a couple things you can do. Of course, you can do shamanic hypnotherapy, you can do some inner child healing, regression, akashic healing. There's a lot of things you can do. One very simple thing you can do each day, especially when you're starting to trust your inner authority and trust yourself, is to ask your inner child what it wants to do. Super simple, right? Now, it would be simple if we actually did it as adults. This morning, I just tapped in, I took a couple breaths, I tapped into my sacral center, I got out of my head and I got into my body. And I really began to understand that I was overthinking. And instead of just tapping into what I truly desired for the day, I got busy. So, some tips that you can do in the morning. So, if you notice, instead of forcing yourself to do something, what's really important is to make sure you check yourself before you wreck yourself. So, you're going to find out my age group now. So, you got to check yourself. If you're feeling stuck, you're overthinking, you're forcing, right? Like sometimes you're forcing. I had a time where I was forcing this podcast episode. And, I had to take a break because I was forcing something that just didn't feel good to me. And the reason why it didn't feel good to me is because people had told me, other entrepreneurs, that I had to do it a specific way. I had to focus on a certain person, a certain niche, this and that, and be more defined. Well, I am a 1-3 manifesting generator. I like to I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I do things like yoga. I've been doing that for 25 years. I am a Reiki master. I do shamanic hypnotherapy. I share Akashic healing, Akashic readings. I've been doing psychic readings. It's not even something I share for over 10 years. Um, but when someone told me I had to stop and I had to just do what they said, it really made me feel awful because I felt like I had to keep myself quiet yet again. So a lot of my clients, like myself, have this wound. It's like, kids are supposed to be quiet. Kids are supposed to be settled down. Kids are supposed to be sitting in their room. We're not supposed to be attracting attention. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am now 49 and it's time to claim your space, to own what you want to do, to be in your truth. And when you can be in your truth and you can speak in your truth, that is the key. You can let go of all of those wounds that you've carried about your self-worth, about your deserving, about your money issues or money blocks. And if you didn't get the master class yesterday, please go grab it. It is so amazing. We did a money healing, we did a regression. It was awesome. And I gave a worthiness calculator. It was really cool. And people had a lot of ahas. The number one aha was that we are all deserving of money. If we are born in this world with this skin, with this body, with this breath, we are worthy and deserving of abundance, love, money, amazing relationships, prosperity. Okay. Now, if you haven't got that masterclass, get it. If you haven't joined my Shapeshift Collective, this is a little mini membership where I put all of my hypnosis recordings that I'm doing over these next couple months and years and so on. It's going to grow and grow and grow. Already in there, there is a magnetic money ritual. There is a hypnosis to release self-sabotage. There is a 5-part mini series on how to release your money blocks. If you have money blocks, we meet I have a Q&A one time a month. This is a small investment for you, but it's there. So if you want to get more downloaded information from me, all of this is already in a portal. You can get it. I'll put the link in the comments. Now, let's go back and talk about forcing. Oh boy. So forcing, it creates this stuck masculine pushing energy. And when we're creating and when we're in this flow and when we're asking our inner child, like, hey, if you just take a couple deep breaths right now with me, take a breath in and out, take a breath in, take a breath out. Again, breath in, breath out. And you can put your hand on your heart or wherever it's calling and just ask yourself, what does my inner child want to do today? What does she want to do that will bring her joy, will bring her love, will bring her happiness, or him or they happiness? And you might hear, go for a hike, go for a walk, dance, journal, draw, rock climb, whatever it is. Just listen for that and just, keep it in your mind's eye. Maybe it's wearing like mine lately is wearing pink. If you notice, I wear a lot of pink or white. It's like wearing a certain necklace or some jewelry. But ask that child that now can make her choices, that now doesn't have to listen to everybody else, what she would like to do. Okay? Because if you're stuck in your head trying to figure it all out and you're pushing against your body's natural response, this is where the trauma happens. And we create new trauma in our body because we're pushing when we should just be in the flow, right? It is our time to be in the flow. And especially now, as the full moon lunar eclipse is coming, we can have deep revelations. We can have deeper energetic shifts. You can release some of these old blocks, release things that are in the body that no longer serve you, whether it's through somatics, whether it's through reprogramming, you can release this. So I want you to take time today. You can go to my podcast and you can listen to some old recordings of breath work, and I'll put a new one in there also. You can also go into the Shapeshift Collective and do some of these deep hypnosis, whether it's the release of imposter syndrome is one, release of your visibility blocks is two, release of your money blocks is three. Um, so you can go and do these, especially during this time where you can really release these blocks and you can release what's no longer serving you. So this eclipse is really calling us to stop overthinking and forcing and trusting our inner knowing, our sacral response, that mm-hmm, mm-mm. So if you're a manifesting generator or a generator and you have this sacral authority, you know when you do something and you really weren't supposed to do it. It was really a no, and you did it anyways. Okay. I want you to comment below or give me a thumbs up or a heart if you're watching this. But I want you just to ask yourself, where have I been controlling the outcome of situations instead of letting life show me the next steps? So, where have I been in control mode instead of letting life show you the next steps, which is just flowing through your day and allowing yourself to respond? Second question, what habits, commitments, or mindset feels draining, whether rather than expansive? So what have you been doing? Habits, maybe it's a workout, maybe it's a commitment, maybe you're in a women's group you no longer or men's group you don't no longer want to be in, or there's a mindset that's feeling draining rather than expansive. Okay, write that down. And then notice if you're just acting out of obligation instead of true creativity and true desire. I want you to write these questions down and journal them. I will put them in the notes. And you can comment what comes up for you. Okay? Comment what comes up for you. Because as we go through these years, as we start releasing these imprints, right? These imprints that other people put upon us, then we can really start to trust ourselves more when we let go of past anger, fear, sadness, shame, guilt, and we can just sit and breathe and really start our day with understanding that we can respond and get out of our heads and into our bodies. We are going to grow faster. We are going to expand faster. We're going to have better relationships. Okay. So remembering that you are born, you are worthy. You are born, you are worthy. And that in this eclipse, in this full moon, you can release, you can let go. And I'll be sharing a new breathwork session for you specifically for this, specifically to get you in your body and to get you into your inner knowing. This is the key. Just sitting just for a few minutes, release the need of doing, of forcing. Take the time to just be in your body and notice what that feels. Ask your inner child what she needs. You know, it may just be a hug, so give yourself a big hug. It may be wearing a new color. It may be doing something you haven't done in a long time, like roller skating. But just take time and ask that sweet, sweet part of yourself what it desires and follow the desire. Follow the desire. My name is Monica Bravo. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And make any comments below, send me messages, and let me know what resonated with you. What did you notice? What shifts did you feel? All right. Bye bye.